Communications.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to get some information on how I can obtain a copy of a police report.
Was it an accident or an incident?
It was an incident involving a friend, and I'm trying to find out how they would obtain a copy of the report.
I'll connect you to the detective bureau.
Okay, thank you.
Investigations, can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me how I would obtain a copy of a police report if a family member was involved in an incident?
Okay, let me transfer the records. Hold on.
Okay.
Records.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to get a copy of a police report. Can you tell me what the procedure is and what I need to submit to do that?
Is it your report?
No, it's a family member or a friend, and I just want to know what they need to do to take care of it. I'm just helping them out.
What type of case is it?
It's an arrest where the person was arrested for something in front of a store.
Okay, they cannot get a copy of it. They're considered a defendant, and a defendant is not entitled to a police report except through a lawyer.
Except through a lawyer. Okay. What if the person is representing themselves?
It still is called a pro se. They have to still go upstairs and get the paperwork for it.
Okay, what does that mean? So if they're representing themselves pro se, is there a different form that they use?
Yes.
Okay, and you guys have the form at the station?
It's probably upstairs in our municipal court.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean. It's probably upstairs.
Well, I can transfer you to municipal court because they're the ones that would handle if they're doing it that way. I don't have anything to do with that area. But I can transfer you to municipal court. They could probably help you further.
Well, hold on. I'm just trying to figure this out. If a person has an attorney, they can get the report directly from the police department, but if they're representing themselves pro se, they can't?
If they're going to pro se, it's a process that they have to go through. Even through a lawyer, it's a process that they have to go through. They don't automatically get the case. It's a process, the same process that a person that's doing pro se would do the same thing.
Okay,
so
okay, so that's
for the pro se is a different area.
Okay, so the court will have a copy of the police report, and we can get that from them.
No, they would not. They would request it through us, but it's a process that they would have to. The individual would have to do.
Okay, and who's in charge of that?
The paperwork and all of that.
Okay, who's in charge of that process, and how do I contact that person?
I would transfer you to a municipal court, and you can speak with them and see what their process is.
Okay, so all right, so you're telling me that they have a process, but there's not a designated person that handles that?
That I'm not sure who handles it up in their unit. This is a total different unit. So
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I would transfer you up there, and you can speak to them, and they can tell you exactly what you need to do.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Hold on.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. If someone is representing themselves pro se and they wanted a copy of the police report which the case is based against them, how would they go about getting that from your office?
You would get this from our office. This is the court. You would go to the police department and ask them for a copy.
They just transferred me to you, and they said that we would ask you and that you guys had a process.
There is no process with the court. You know what? You could try the prosecutor's office. Did you get discovery?
No, we haven't gotten discovery, and the case just started, and I'm just trying...
What kind of a case is it?
It's a case where a police officer assaulted someone and arrested them for resisting arrest, and the person who was assaulted wants a copy of their report, and at this stage...
All they have to do is go to the police department where it was generated, and they will give them a copy. The court cannot give you a copy of the police report.
The person that transferred me to your office works
Didn't know what they were talking about.
That's what I thought. They work at the Atlantic City Records Division of the police department, and they just told me you guys had a process and that they
No. They have to go to
it's the runaround. Okay, well thank you.
It's the runaround.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Okay. Just tell them to go to the police department downstairs. Was it Atlantic City Police Department?
Yeah, Atlantic City Police Department is telling people...
Okay, go downstairs. Tell them I want a copy of my police report is all you have to do.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. All right, bye-bye.